Before we start,
Here we go.
Live.
what's up, guys? John here. Titan Talk Tuesday in full effect. You know, this is one of my favorite days, right? Because of Titan Talk. It's the end of Tuesday. We're getting into this week. Wednesday is next, and then we got Labor Day weekend coming up. So, hi, everybody. Thanks for joining in. Illmatic, Fat Mike, B. Foster. We can talk about some of the products you're interested in. Just let me know. Camara, Tally Ho. What's up, guys? Chi-Town Jim, DJ, Dr. Slick. What's going on? RNH Fab. All right, so let's get popping. So every week I talk about the therapy of the week. So therapy of the week is one therapy that, you know, we want to highlight and we want to tell everybody about. Obviously, you know, it's a very beneficial therapy. So this one is really, really cool. It's been around for quite a while. Some of you guys may know it that are on here. Some of you guys may not. So let's talk about it. And before we jump into this, anything that we do at Titan Medical Center, we service nationwide. That means in any city that you guys live in, we can help you out with any of our therapies, whether it's hormone replacement therapy, vitamin amino acid injectable therapies, peptide therapies, libido enhancing therapies, blood work, and much, much more. So all you guys got to do to get set up as a patient is just call or text us 727-389-3220. We service nationwide. All right. Let's see what are monthly prices. All right. So I'll get into some of these questions about BPC and some of these other questions. Let me just cover. Let's cover them now. All right. So the first question was, I've heard BPC 157 and CJC 1295. What are the monthly prices for each, and do they benefit people with autoimmune disease? Great question. So, both these peptides are usually $275, and they're usually for a 1 month to 2 month therapy, okay? It just depends how you're taking, how it's prescribed, how it's taken. So 1 month therapy, if that's what you want to call it, $275 each. All right, so BPC 157, that's a healing peptide, where CJC 1295 with ipirellin, that's 2 different peptides in that one therapy, are a GHRH and GHRP. So growth releasing hormone peptide. All right, so they both do 2 totally different things. BPC 157 obviously is for healing joints, ligaments, tendons, muscles. You know, it's great for inflammation. It's great for stomach issues, IBS, ulcers, and a lot of different things as far as digestive goes, leaky gut. So it's really, really good. Depending on what the autoimmune disease is, there might be some different options. And one is, and it's posted on our social medias today, is thymosin alpha 1. That is great for autoimmune disease. Glutathione's good for autoimmune disease. You know, so there's some different therapies out there that you might want to look at, okay? So check out thymosin alpha 1 or glutathione for your autoimmune diseases that you're talking about there, okay? So let's talk about the therapy of the week. For back surgery, BPC 157, TB 500. Also, you know, with IGF-1 levels or growth hormone levels up there with CJC 1295 or IGF-1, these are great for healing. But specifically, BPC 157, TB 500 are going to be great for post-surgery. There are some other therapies that we offer that could help with those too. So if you guys want more information about those therapies, please just call or text us 727-389-3220. So let's talk about the therapy of the week. So the therapy of the week is Nectar of the Gods. This one is a great, great therapy and combines a number of different things from vitamins, amino acids, and super antioxidants. So let's talk about what's in Nectar of the Gods. So when we talk about Nectar of the Gods, it has a lot of different properties that Hercules Potion has. And a lot of people have taken Hercules Potion. It's very popular therapy. Usually people take that one pre-workout or before any strenuous activity because it increases nitric oxide and is good for recovery and immune system and a number of different things. But Nectar of the Gods is pretty close. And it does have some of the nitric oxide boosting properties. So the NO properties to that are arginine, they're vasodilators, L-citrulline is not in this one. So the arginine is, you will get ornithine in this bad boy, you'll get lysine, which is an immune system booster, proline, taurine, NAC, L-carnitine for weight loss. The big one in this that's a different change from the other blends is it has glutathione in it. So glutathione is a super antioxidant that we talked about. So for daily use, this one's used for immune system boosting. It's good for overall health, blood flow. Like I said, boosting the immune system with lysine too as well. But you're gonna have, whether it's you getting sick, building up the immune system there, herpes, which is affects a number, like almost I think like 40% of Americans, which is a pretty high number, or mouth sores, cold sores, and stuff like that. That's in that percentage too as well. So at that point, this is great for daily use, for building immune system, getting blood flow, getting collagen-based amino acid in the proline, L-carnitine for weight loss. It's overall pretty good as far as that goes. So Nectar of the Gods, check it out. It's a big time therapy here at Titan Medical Center that a lot of patients like and a lot of patients utilize. All right, went to local blood source. I'm on TRT. Iron is high. So they say I need a doctor script for special donation. Do you handle that as well? So if you are a patient with Titan Medical Center and you have a high hemoglobin, hematocrit, and red blood cell count, which Chi-Town Jim is talking about on here, yes, we do offer therapeutic phlebotomy for our patients. We can send you into a special location in your city, near you, where you guys can do a therapeutic phlebotomy. And that's what it's called. And what happens is with some androgens, especially testosterone, some of these things will raise these three things: hemoglobin, hematocrit, and red blood cell count. And what that does is that thickens the blood, making it harder to pump through the body, making it almost like sludge-like if it gets that thick. And this can cause DVT, strokes, blood clots, with a number of different health ailments that you don't want. So even when you're on HRT, you want to do HRT maintenance is what I call it, where you're doing special donations, blood donations, not special donations like he's talking about, but blood donations, every, I would say 2 times a year, maybe 3 times a year. But you just don't want to give therapeutic phlebotomies out to people. The reason is because you can crash your iron levels. Now, if your iron levels are high, like they're talking about, the first thing I would do before therapeutic phlebotomy, depending on the levels, is go give a donation. Blood, like Red Cross, One Blood, there's a number of different places, different states have different blood centers that will just do that, right? They'll let you give a donation, and you're letting go 500 milliliters usually. That point, if your iron is too high, because when you go to a donation center, they usually test that level. And if it's too high, they will not let you donate. And then that's when they'll tell you about the therapeutic phlebotomy that you need, or the special donation. At that point, the physician that's treating you for your HRT should want to give you a therapeutic phlebotomy. Now, what some of them don't do or might be trained incorrectly is what they do is they'll lower your dose right away. So whatever dose you might be feeling great on, let's say it's 100 milligrams, 200 milligrams, whatever it is, you feel great on this dose. You feel dialed in. This is great. I had low T. Now my testosterone levels are great. They're within good levels. I feel great. Concentration's there. Libido's there. Energy's coming back. I feel like I've turned back the clock 10 years. You give a blood test and your doctor sees this and he says, oh, your levels are too high in this level. We're dropping your number back in testosterone right away. Now, dropping the level of testosterone may help over time, okay? But if your levels are too high, it could cause a high-risk problematic issue for you. Now, let's say you travel a lot and you have these 3 numbers high: red blood cell count, hemoglobin, hematocrit. This might increase, like if you're flying on a plane, it could increase, the rate of what you get a blood clot in, or even getting a blood clot or DVT. This blood clot or DVTs can happen with people that aren't on HRT and they're flying or driving for long periods of time. Okay, that's why they use compression socks and stuff like that to make sure blood is flowing through. But you're going to have to get rid of that plasma. All right, a lot of people say, well, I'll just take a whole bunch of aspirin and thin out the blood. No, you're going to have to get rid of the plasma, the blood in there, and that's the only way to really lower those levels. Now, it could take over time you lowering those levels too. So you might have to go donate more frequently for a therapeutic phlebotomy. And everybody's different. That's where this comes into play. So at that point, you're going to have to, make that assessment with your medical provider. If they're not willing to do this, and they look at these numbers that are high, I would definitely look for another medical provider, okay, that knows what they're doing and knows how to handle these situations instead of leading you down a blind path or not doing what's best for you as a patient. And lowering your dose could not be the right thing to do right away for a medical provider, but it's totally situation by situation. So I'm not saying a medical provider is wrong by telling you that, but in most cases they might be off or they might not be able to do the right thing for you, okay? And that's where going to somebody that really knows what they're talking about, really does this, and that's all they do, they're focusing on these things, they can help you out probably the best, okay? So if you guys have any questions about that, we'd be more than happy to help you out. Now let's get into my second thought of the day. Everyone is a bodybuilder. Now, the question comes to me sometimes when I'm out and about, like, oh, are you a bodybuilder? Or what's Titan Medical, a gym? And I'm like, no, it's not a gym. Titan Medical, it's a medical center. But the bodybuilder thing, I used to always say, no, I'm not a bodybuilder. I like to work out a lot and stuff like that, but I'm not a bodybuilder. I don't get on stage. I don't compete, so I'm not a bodybuilder, right? But I started thinking about it a little bit more, and maybe you guys should think about it too. We're all bodybuilders. Every single person on this earth is a bodybuilder. And let me tell you why and my reasoning behind this. The reason is this. Bodybuilders, per se, are working on their physical appearance. Now, you're either sculpting that body to prestige statue-like a lot of bodybuilders do. They want to build their body in proportion, being symmetric, and being, aesthetically, whatever it may be. At that point, they think of these people as bodybuilders. But then I take into retrospective of thinking about, well, the people that are overweight, they're bodybuilders too. Everybody's building their body in one way or another. Whether you're eating very healthy, very clean, you're building this beautiful statue temple of a body, or whether you're letting yourself go and you're getting morbidly obese, and you're creating an unaesthetically pleasing to some people body. Right? Because it could be aesthetically pleasing to some people out there. Some people like bigger girls. Some people like smaller girls, bigger guys, smaller guys. Hey, listen, there's somebody out there for everybody. And everybody likes different things. So I'm not against that. But I really started thinking about it where bodybuilders, everybody represents a bodybuilder in a certain way because they're building their body, maybe the way they want, maybe the way they don't want. But that body is getting built. And you're unfortunately going to have to live into it if you're building a bad body. It's like building a house, right? So when I think of building the house, I think of the Three Little Pigs. The Three Little Pigs, whether it was like straw, hay, it was like really, really flimsy type, structures where the wolf just blew these structures down. But the brick house, right? That thing that was built solid, substantial, it didn't go down. It built, it stood the test of time, per se, right? It was strong. It was there. So that's really where it is, So everybody's a bodybuilder, whether you like it or not. You don't want to be called the bodybuilder you are, whether it's good or for bad. And I'm not talking about just getting on stage for contests. I'm talking about in life, okay? So we got another question. MK677, cost, pros, cons, goals, muscle gain, lower body fat percentage, and energy. Would GHRP or MK677 be a better option? Well, MK677. So cost of MK677 through us is $275, and that's for a 1 month regimen. And at that point, it's usually 25 milligrams per day. At that point, the pros of it, all right, so the studies on it with older people in general, their IGF-1 levels, which is what growth hormone turns into in the body, in the liver, those went up 123% in average. That's very, very awesome when you talk about numbers. When you talk about going up 123%, that's huge. So these IGF-1 levels are going to result in you getting leaner body mass, becoming stronger, recovering faster. You should have more energy, right? That's why people take growth hormone. They get some of these different results from that too as well. But, when you ask about what's better, GHRP or MK677, I'm going to say MK677. And the reason I say this is because there's usually less side effects with MK677 than, let's say, like GHRP2 or GHRP6. They're both going to stimulate the hunger hormone, right? So at that point, they're both going to make you hungry, but they're both going to help you as far as lean body mass. Now, the difference, and the reason I say MK677 or your GHRP2 or GHRP6 is this. is when I looked at blood results for a number of different patients, because we used to prescribe GHRP2 and GHRP6 when we still could from pharmacies, along with sermorelin. So at that point, that was like the best combinations out there at the time. And really, overall effects and results that I've seen from patients over time has been from MK677 every time. More than, and that's where, I'm going to tell you pros and cons to that. Now, pros, you got a lot of pros with that. Leaner body mass, strength gain, faster recovery, skin elasticity, IGF-1 levels raising higher. The cons. There's cons to all medications. I don't care what they are. Some have maybe, very little ones. Some might have more than others. But there are, I guess, some cons. Now, with this, it can cause water retention. Usually with water retention, people aren't eating very clean diets or they're not drinking enough water, and that's why their body is basically like a sponge right at that point and just holding on to all the water. That issue could be an issue for some people. Usually when they ask me, which one's better as far as CJC 1295 or MK677, usually I ask them, or we ask them, what they're doing, right? What's the goal? What are you doing this for? And if it was a bikini model that was doing a photo shoot in 2 weeks, we probably wouldn't advise for MK677. But we probably would advise for CJC 1295 with Imperellin. So that's what it is. Hi, all. How you guys doing? Chris, Vitor, Mari, Jewel, how you guys doing? Thank you guys for tuning in. All you guys on Facebook, thank you guys. Take a moment. Please share this. If you guys are on Facebook, please share this on your page. Share this to somebody else's page that could learn from this, maybe be interested in some of these therapies. If you're on Instagram, please just and then tag a couple people on there for me. What's going on, Chris? How you doing? So that's really where it comes into play with MK677. So I hope I've answered your questions and did it all. Marcotte is going in tomorrow for his lab work. Awesome. So make sure lab work it's fully in depth. If you guys get it, make sure you have your slip and your ID with you. So we set up lab work all over the place. I've heard CJC gives an initial flushing sensation in the first injection. Or is that a typical side effect, and what are the side effects of it? So CJC 1295. So, all right, so all of them can cause a flushing situation. And let me just break that down. Different medications affect people in different ways. The flushing situation can be caused by GHRH's growth and releasing hormones. And that's CJC 1295 or MK677. Just really depends on the person. Usually, when I tell people, about these therapies, they ask, when's the best time I should take them? Now, usually the best time you can take these things are usually at night, right? Or in the morning on an empty stomach. Now, with MK677, I'll give you my personal experience. When I take that medication, I'd have to take it at nighttime, right before bed. Let me tell you why. Because with that, it actually makes me lethargic. Like, I literally, feel when it kicks in, it makes me real hungry, stimulates that hunger hormone. Like, you want to eat everything in the house. And then I start getting lethargic or tired, per se, I guess. So that's why I would take it at night and tell somebody that, because it will probably put you to sleep a lot better. And we know that sleep is key for your health, whether it's recovery, building muscle, whatever it may be. Sleep is imperative. That's when our body heals itself. When it goes to sleep, it goes into heal mode or recovery mode, and it starts recovering from anything that it's going through, whether it's working out and recovering muscle, or you're sick or whatever it is. It's vital to get proper rest. And we know that IGF-1 levels spike at night too when you're sleeping. So adding to that helps the natural production of your pituitary, helps you stimulate more, helps you convert more, helps you benefit more, okay? The one hauler, Titan is the real deal. On week 10 of TRT, feeling better than ever. Just got my Hercules potion, can't wait till tomorrow. So the number one hauler, thank you. I'm so happy to hear this. It's great to hear, from our patients. Over the 9 years, man, I mean, we've helped a lot of patients. And every time I hear, a great experience for a patient, a transformation they send in, because they might have lost 10 pounds, 15 pounds, 5 pounds. But they're really, really happy, really excited about that. Or just quality of life. When you can increase somebody's quality of life and they start feeling better, there's nothing that can replace that. You're like, man, you're giving this person something or helping this person out with something that normally another person, can't do. So it's really, really cool to hear that. I'm very happy to hear that. Can't wait for you to get on that Hercules potion. If you haven't tried it, it's awesome. Now, you can inject that with the delt, right? So right in your shoulder, and it'll work systemically through the body, right? Or you can spot inject that into certain muscle groups. You inject that with a little insulin needle, so it's really, really cool and can give instant gratification for you guys as far as vasodilation, creating more vascularity, way better pumps that last a lot longer, and that will help you, get through your workouts or strenuous activity. And that's when you're just feeling off the first injection before you go in. And then afterwards, you have glutamine for the recovery. You have lysine to help build the immune system. You have NAC for liver functions, proline, like I said, to lubricate hopefully some of those joint areas, L-carnitine for weight loss, taurine for brain function too as well. So it's really, really good stuff. So I'm excited. So it speaks Portuguese. So we have Spanish speaking, and I think that some of the girls that speak Spanish can probably speak Portuguese. It's pretty close in language.
Yeah, for sure.
Really, really close in language. So I think we can help you out, Victor, if you need it, all right? So guys, that's awesome. Love hearing these. If you guys have your own stories that Titans helped you out with, please send them in to us. I'll send you guys a free shirt, whatever I can. Free mask maybe, or some leggings if you're a girl, or a tank top, whatever it is, guys. I just love to hear the stories. I love to have the stories. So please, keep sending them. Keep tuning in. I love it. Thank you, man. All right, so one of the stories that was pretty cool that I came across, reading today that I wanted to bring up was artificial intelligence. Now, we've been hearing a lot about artificial intelligence lately, from Google to the Neuralink to all these different things. But artificial intelligence is a real thing, and the first thing I think of is artificial intelligence. I think of Terminator, and I think of Skynet and taking over machines and stuff like that. Artificial intelligence is no joke. So artificial intelligence right now, the government is using it, and they're using it in a number of different ways, probably a lot more ways than we know of, right? But we do know in some ways they're using it, and they're using artificial intelligence to pilot planes and drones. But specifically, I want to talk about planes. So Boeing has created a first artificial intelligence ran plane. I don't know if they were the first, but this is the one the government's using. So this is really cool because artificial intelligence is running this whole plane, how it's flying, what it's maneuvering, how it's doing this, when it's shooting. This whole thing is literally being ran by this computer mind, an artificial intelligence mind, right? Really cool. Now, they've been taking it up against human pilots. This is where it starts getting scary because it's beating the human pilots every single time. And even some of these human pilots are getting scared about this, that if this technology does evolve or takes over or something goes wrong, that we might not have a possible defense, or it will be very hard to defend against some of these planes or artificial intelligence in general. Which brings up, some questions about artificial intelligence. How far do we go with artificial intelligence? Because, like I said, those big tech companies, we have no idea what they're doing, but I guarantee they've got some R&D, research and development projects that are pretty far out there, okay? Just some of the stuff that I read from what they're doing is pretty far out there, and that's what they're releasing to the public to get them excited about. So, should we have artificial intelligence? How far should we have it? Should we restrict it? I think of iRobot, like just crazy stuff like that. This stuff that you see on the movies or read in books or comic books is coming to life. Very, very crazy. So Stealth was one of them.
It's literally the same thing.
Yeah, same thing. Stealth was about artificial intelligence and taking over and being able to fly better than these pilots, which is really, really crazy. So that's crazy.
It malfunctioned and then started killing people or something.
I remember seeing this movie. Yeah, I remember seeing this movie. Really crazy stuff. So if you guys want to see what real life kind of like Stealth is in movies, check out Stealth, all right? Tons of Foon. My current doctor doesn't know about TB500. Does Titan prescribe that for gym injuries alone? No, so TB500, it can be, we prescribe it, obviously. We prescribe BPC 157, TB500, MK677, thymosin alpha 1, a number of different, like a number of different peptides. So that's one of the peptides. It can be used for a number of different things. So, it's usually used for injuries or helping lean body mass and stuff like that. So we know all about it. Our medical providers are very versed in these different therapies. They can help you out in going through these things, and we do prescribe it for patients, okay? It comes from U.S. licensed pharmacies, prescribed in your name, so it's not a research chemical, not for human use. Please, guys, know what you guys are doing out there. Some people, they type in TB500, a million places come up. And it's like, man, it's like, I can get this for $30. Like, well, you're getting it from a research and chemical site that says not for human use, but they're telling you to take it. So at that point, listen, it's not getting tested. You have no idea where it's coming from. Be careful, because you're going to inject this in your body. If I gave you this bottle of water and told you to inject yourself with this bottle of water, you probably wouldn't do it. You're like, I don't know about that. And this is water. Now, it's not sterile, so you probably get hurt by this too. So just be careful what you guys are doing out there, okay? That's really, really crazy. AOD 9604, PT 141 for libido, CJC 1295, and Perelin. These are just some of the peptides. If you want to know more about these peptides, because peptides are awesome, they really are. I think they're the future for us. You guys call or text 727-389-3220. We'd be happy to go over all these peptide therapies with you. And our medical provider will make the best recommendation for you. So if you really don't know what direction to go in, that's where the consultation comes into play. After you fill out your new patient paperwork, when you have your medical provider consultation, they're going to go over all these things with you. You're going to say what your goals are, what your interests are, what you're trying to do. And at that point, if you don't know what's going to be the best, because people don't know what these peptides do in general. They're like, all right, well, I heard this, or I read this, Well, you can ask a real medical provider, a certified medical provider, and say, hey, listen, what is this going to do for me? How's this going to help? Or I'm trying to accomplish this. Whether it's healing or, better gains in the gym or whatever it may be, these things can help you guys in a number of different ways. So please, guys, just call or text us, 727-389-3220. We'd be happy to help you out. All right? Let's get into the other thing. So obviously, we're a medical center, so we're about health. So I read about health stories all the time, whether it's new medications, vaccinations coming out. I like to be really, really in tune to what's going on out there day to day, right? So I was reading this article about CVS. Now, this was a managing area of CVS, so I guess it's it wasn't the headquarters that put this out. But basically what CVS was hiding from patients was that if your medication was filled by somebody who had COVID-19 or was COVID-19 positive, they would not tell you if your medication was filled by that person. Now what happened was there was employees that became COVID-19 positive, and they were filling these medications. So I don't know if these were farm techs or pharmacists. And at that point, they fill these medications. Well, the medications that hadn't been picked up yet, they took off the shelf and they had them redone by somebody who was not COVID-19 positive. But the medications that were already filled and were picked up, they did not call and inform those patients that medication was filled by somebody who was COVID-19 positive. Also, there were emails that were leaked from an employee or staff member from the CVS district leader, telling these people basically, or scaring them not to take off work if they were COVID-19 positive. That they could wear a surgical mask, which we know is not going to protect people from COVID-19. And basically, that they could basically, isolate in different areas of the pharmacy and stuff like that. This is really scary stuff. It's one thing if you don't know somebody is COVID-19 that's an employee. That's why we do temperature checks, which are flawed. And, we do these different things to make sure, they don't have any symptoms and stuff like that. Well, they actually knew of these employees having COVID-19. And instead of basically letting these employees take off, they said, oh, we don't have anybody that's going to cover your shift. Well, listen, guys, we got to do what's right for patients and people in general. So I think this is a big black eye for CVS. I don't care if it didn't come from the main business center of CVS, but this was done by a CVS district leader. And at that point, CVS should look into this, because this is a very serious thing. And obviously this was true because these emails leaked out, and hopefully there's no repercussion on the person that did leak these out. But it was pretty serious. 14 CVS employees across the U.S. told Business Insider that CVS has a pattern of bullying staff and flagrantly disregarding the safety of customers. Really, really scary. And this is one of the main pharmacies in America. I haven't heard anything like this from Walgreens, so CVS, you better get your act together. This is just one thing, guys. You should read these different things. It blows my mind, some of the articles I read daily about current events. All right? Next one, Amazon gets approval for drone delivery. So the FAA has approved Amazon for drone deliveries, which is pretty crazy. Now there's other companies that have been approved for drone deliveries too as well. What up, Stacy? How you doing? So these drone deliveries are pretty cool. So they're not rolling this out right away. They're going to do a phase type thing, and they're going to make sure it works. And I think it's going to be really cool when they do this. But there are going to be probably some things to worry about too as well. If one of those drones crashes into somebody or something happens, that's probably going to be a lawsuit for Amazon. Or people don't like drones. People in general do not like drones flying by them. They think their privacy is getting tampered with. They don't know who's watching them. They just don't like it in general. So are they going to try to shoot these drones down? So there's going to have to be some sort of penalty for that too as well, which is pretty crazy. I also seen there's flying cars that have had tests done. Not for delivery. I think it was Toyota. It was either Toyota or Honda. Pretty sure it was Toyota though. I read about it, and basically they did their first flight pattern with this flying car. We all thought because of Back to the Future that by now in 2020 we probably have flying cars. We don't even have hoverboards. We got gypped. Mattel, false advertising, okay? We should have had hoverboards at least by now, but we don't. But at this point, so it's pretty cool that these flying cars are coming. Really crazy. Pretty crazy, all right?
Is it this one right here?
No, that's a different one. So there's obviously a whole bunch of different flying cars out there. I'm pretty sure it was Honda or Toyota. It looked different. It was like a white car. It was like really crazy. So hopefully flying cars are coming to us soon, and that's going to be a whole different thing, right? Flying in the sky. Hopefully things don't fall out of the sky coming down on you. But pretty cool. So drones are the first step, I think. So this is really cool, and it's an advancement in technology, which technology is nuts. All right, guys. So let's get to the poll question. So the poll question is, do you know that we service nationwide? The Titan Medical services nationwide. So 80% of you guys said yes. So I am very happy and very excited that most of you guys, 8 out of 10 I would say, at that point, know that we service nationwide. It can help you guys out nationwide with any therapies for weight loss, lean body mass, immune system boosting, detoxification, rejuvenation of like the liver and organs and stuff like that, libido enhancers, all different types of things, right? 20% of you said no. Can you tell me more? Well, I'm telling you more. We service nationwide. We service all our therapies, all our different services. You guys can do your medical consultation by your phone, by video, right? Your tablet, your laptop, your desktop, whatever it is, your tablet. It's real simple and real easy. And then after that, once we decide on what's good and best for you, you pay for your package of therapies, and they get shipped directly from the pharmacy to your doorstep. So you don't have to go anywhere per se. Some people are still locked in the house, hunkered down. Some people are coming out, but they still want to be safe. This is definitely the best and safest way for you guys to do your appointment, telemedicine, and to get your medications delivered to your doorstep. And, at that point, you'll be dealing with UPS and not maybe CVS, where you have to deal with somebody that possibly has COVID-19. Really scary stuff there, guys. Had to throw that in there. Sorry.
And here's the event list.
Oh, events. So we got a ton of events. So I had to get the sheet. Thank you, Art, for putting this up here for me. All right, so Titan Medical Center events. We've got a ton of events coming. Luckily, Florida is one of the best states out there. We were one of the last to close down. We're the first to open, thank goodness. So events are starting to pop up. Thank God. Because we love doing our events. We love getting out there, talking to people, giving away free Titan gear, whether it's t-shirts, tank tops. Now we'll have some masks, leggings, all different types of stuff for you guys. So let's talk about some of the cool events that are coming up real quick. St. Pete Fashion Week is starting very soon. It's the 10th through the 12th of September. Titan Medical Center is the proud title sponsor, and we're presenting St. Pete Fashion Week. So opening night for St. Pete will be the soiree. It'll be September 10th. Iron Bay Classic will be September 12th. And we will be doing our Titan Fashion Show September 12th. One's in the daytime and the other's at night. Thank God. And in the morning, I got my son's baseball game. So it's just going to be a great day for me. All the way through, just going to be really, really busy. So look for those dates. September 10th, the opening night, the soiree. September 12th, Iron Bay Classic, which is a bodybuilding competition. Jose Santiago and Santran are putting it on. Titan Medical Center is the title sponsor of that as well. And then later that night, we will have the St. Pete Fashion Show, the show itself, which Titan Medical Center will be presenting some of our fashions along with other awesome, talented designers. Big shout out to Donna Crowley for putting on St. Pete Fashion Week. After that, September 26th, we'll be down in Daytona for the Daytona Classic, which Titan Medical Center is the proud title sponsor of that one as well. We sponsor all types of events, and we're not just a little measly sponsor, right? We are the title sponsor of all. We are the main guy there. So come out and see us if you're in Daytona. I love going out there. Big shout out to Mike Matasia out there in Daytona. After that, we go to October 3rd, WCFLA World Class Champion Fight League. So big shout out to Rafael Garcia for that. That'll be here in Tampa at the Glazer JCC. That's here in South Tampa, right? Yep. Next one after that will be Deke Warner Titan Medical Center presents the Mid-Florida Classic. That's on actual Halloween. So I'll be out in Orlando that weekend. Come see us at any of these events. Now, if you guys want to know about our events, Therapy of the Week, and all these other good things that I'm talking about, you guys, subscribe to the newsletter. It's real simple to subscribe to the newsletter. Take out your phone, go to your text messages, right? You're going to put in the number 22828, and you're going to put the word Titan Medical. You're going to be automatically included on our news publication every week that will come out to you guys via email, and I'll have all this information so you guys can see it. And we're adding new information weekly. We'll have customer testimonials as far as patient reviews or transformations, Therapy of the Week, events, all the other good stuff that Titan Medical Center does is in that newsletter. So I want you guys to text the number 22828 to Titan Medical, and you're going to put that in the little word. So where you would put a word like, hey, John, or whatever it is, you're going to put Titan Medical there, and in the number space up top, you're going to put 22828. So subscribe today, okay? All right, cost of injectable vitamins. So B. Foster, so there's a couple different price points for injectable vitamin therapies that we do. Our customer signature blends like Hercules Potion or Nectar of the Gods is usually $275 for a 30-shot therapy package that can last you 1 to 2 months, depending on how you use it, how it's prescribed, how you want to use that therapy is going to be solely dependent on you. Like Tighten Up, that's $180 for a 30-shot therapy package. We have our different or single blends like lysine by itself, or some people want L-carnitine by itself. Those are usually $180 for 30-shot therapy packages as well. That will last up to 1 to 2 months or 3 months depending on how you use those therapies. So it really depending on you. But we have those different price points. If you guys want to know more about that, one I will bring up was our therapy package. I think it was like 2 weeks ago. Was our Titan Trifecta package. And this had Hercules Potion, Titan Complete, and our ECA Stack Plus. And you save a lot of money with that package. So go check out the Titan Trifecta package. The Titan Trifecta, you guys can call about. It has Hercules Potion, Titan Complete, ECA Stack Plus. You're going to save over about $150 on that package. So if you guys ever want to try those therapies, or you like those therapies and want to do them again, now is your time to get the discount, all right? If you guys want to know more about the therapies, B. Foster, and any of the other ones, just call or text us. We'd be happy to go over the information with you guys, all right? Please, guys, keep it locked to our Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. Go there, press subscribe, hit all the notification button so you guys get all the great content. All the longer videos are on there, a whole bunch of content. I mean, for 8 years is on there, so you guys can look at all the new content that's on there, maybe some of the old content and all that. The discount package is the way to go. We want to do something. I want to do something for patients that included all three therapies because, using one of those injectable vitamins like Hercules Potion works phenomenal. Or Titan Complete by itself works phenomenal. Or ECA Stack Plus works phenomenal. But they do all or double, two of them or three of them all complement each other. So they all work in different ways to help you guys get different results. Or better results, I should say. Not different results, but better results. Different results from, if you're taking Hercules Potion by itself, it's going to get you some of these results. But if you're taking ECA Stack Plus and Titan Complete along with it, or just ECA Stack Plus, you're going to probably get better results in different areas too. So it's really, really cool. So I want to do something for you guys. I hope that it helps you guys out there. If you guys have any more questions, concerns, please check out our website, www.titanmedicalcenter.com. Or like I said, just contact us directly. Call or text 727-389-3220. This has been a great Titan Talk Tuesday. I'm always excited about Titan Talk Tuesday. I love doing it for you guys. Informing you guys, educating you guys, or just talking about some of the current events with you guys. It's awesome. Great time. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'll be back next Tuesday at 6 p.m. for Titan Talk Tuesday. This Friday, Titan Lifestyle with Big Drew. If you guys haven't turned to that, me and Big Drew, we sit there, we chop it up about some of the things Titan, but everything outside of Titan, what's going on, give our opinions about things, talk about things, chat up with you guys. We'll be at a special location this Friday, 2 p.m., so tune in. Whether you're on Facebook or Instagram, we'll be live for you guys. Also, Sunday, our Titan Medical Health and Lifestyle Show. It's here in Florida on ABC every Sunday, 11 a.m., If you guys are not here or don't have cable, some people don't have cable, you guys can check it out on social media. Specifically, it's going to be on Facebook. Instagram doesn't let us do these longer videos on there, scheduled premieres like we can on Facebook. So it'll be on Facebook. If you guys haven't liked our Facebook page on Instagram, you guys go over to Facebook, search out Titan Medical Center, go click the like button, hit the all notifications on that so you guys can get all those updates as well too. So like I said, guys, been a great Titan Talk Tuesday. I appreciate all of you guys. Thank you very much. If I don't see you before Labor Day weekend, please guys, have a safe, fun, healthy Labor Day weekend. Enjoy it by yourself, with your friends, with your family, however you guys do. But make sure you guys get some rest, hang out, and just have a great time. All right, guys, I'm John from Titan. It's been my pleasure. I'll see you guys next Tuesday for Titan Talk Tuesday, 6 p.m. Thanks a lot, guys.